one of the things I was thinking about on this run this morning, because this was an opportunity to get an hour of just silence and solitude, is that as we progress in life and our responsibilities become greater, we get married, we start a family, our job becomes more demanding, we have kids, they grow up, they do things. As our responsibilities become greater, we have to make time. One of the things I always say is, if it matters to you, you will make time. There's a difference between finding time and making time. Finding time is just going about throughout your day, wanting to accomplish certain things and trying to find 10 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 1 hour there. If you're trying to find time, you're going to run out of time. That's the God honest truth. Making time is forward thinking the days, the hours prior to accomplishing what you want to do, those daily habits and routines based off of your responsibilities, and then backwards planning to decide when you're gonna wake up, when you're gonna go to the gym, when you're gonna spend time with your kids, when you're gonna work on that project. If you rely on finding time, you will run out of time. You have to make time. It's like the last 2 nights, being up every 2 to 3 hours with Nico to help Steph feed him and then clean bottles and change his diaper. The last 2 nights, Steph and I have been getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep, which is just expected in the newborn phase. But I know that if I want to knock out my run, maintain my training, which is really important to me, when my alarm clock goes off at 4:20 a.m., regardless of how much sleep I got the night prior, in this season of life right now, I'm going to get up, I'm going to put on my shoes, I'm going to log my miles, because it matters to me. So I will make time for those things. This morning was a 60-minute run. Ended up doing 8.1 miles on the treadmill at a 7:23 minute per mile pace. And this is some interesting data. So that pace, being an aerobic run, an easy run, felt relatively low effort. And then when I kind of reflect that against my average heart rate data from that run, now this is from my watch, my wrist, so take it with a grain of salt, but average heart rate 128. Now at that pace, I felt very comfortable, very aerobic, which means we're building fitness. We're building this aerobic foundation, and I'm almost approaching this Hyrox prep as, from like the running perspective, putting in a half marathon prep, and then with a massive foundation of strength training, and then layering on top these Hyrox specific workouts and circuits. Now, the reason I was on the treadmill this morning, I've run very few runs in the last couple of years on treadmill, but we just had a massive life change. We brought a newborn home 2 days ago. So Nico, my son Nico Austin Bear, was born on August 10th, 2024. Today is August 14th. We got home from the hospital Monday, which has been absolutely amazing. Steph is healthy and happy. Baby Nico, healthy and happy. But obviously with a 2-year-old at home and now a newborn, it's gonna change some of my life responsibilities up a little bit, and I can't be stuck with my previous routines. Responsibilities have to come before routines. So who knows, I'm gonna be doing some of these workouts throughout the rest of this prep. I'll probably be doing a lot of runs on the treadmill just so I'm closer to Steph and the baby and to help out with Charlie. But that's what's happening right now in the Bear household. We got a baby here, baby Nico.
started out so sweet. Now that shit don't matter. I call you close to me.
Oh, let's get out of your bed. All right, brush your Charlie Chino. Good morning. You got emo hair. It's not working?
Yeah.
Oh, it's clogged. Hold on. Let me check it. It's a chino.
Do you like riding the bus?
Now it's fixed. Good morning.
Alright.
Morning tradition. I got my coffee. Charlie's got her chino. Can you cheers? Get your chino. Cheers. That's good. Double cheers. All right, what color do you want to put in Play-Doh press? Green? You remember how to get it out? This. Okay, hit it real hard. So you got some blue in there too. Can you try?
Yeah.
You try this one, I'll get the other one. Remember, we got boom,
Bum.
boom.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yep. So this morning, as Steph is getting Nico up and getting ready, Charlie and I are spending some quality time together. I took the initiation to get Charlie dressed this morning, so we went with a speed project, no spectators,
Mama, come here.
crop top. Can you say good morning?
Alrighty.
Say welcome to the video.
Look at my video.
Say no spectators. That was a tough one. You want some breakfast?
No.
Yeah, you do. Breakfast time. Good morning, bud. Sleep. Is it good sleep? All right. Good morning. Good morning, buddy. Is that a smile? I think it is. So this is Nico Austin Bear, and he was born August. Did you just wave the camera? Yes, you did. He was born August 10th, and he was 7 pounds, 2 ounces. So right now, Nico and I are introducing Charlie to one of the great American classics known as Good Burger. Produced and released in 1997. One of my favorite movies ever. Charlie has never seen it, and we're changing her life with this feature film, and Nico as well.
This is Nico. I think he's the only boy on earth to not prefer a boob over a bottle. He's a lover of the snail. He loves it as much as we do. I think he's got mom's skin tone. And
Dad's what?
dad's farts. Dad's farts and sharts.
Update from Nick and Nico. So Nico just crushed a bottle of breast milk, and then he passed out, and then I actually passed out for a little bit. We passed out together right here. And Charlie, who's our 2-year-old, officially feels like a 10-year-old to us. It's like as soon as we brought home Nico, Charlie aged by 8+ years. Feels like she should be driving a vehicle soon. That's how old that she feels in comparison to Nico. Nico is a fan of sleeping, eating, and sleeping. And that's about it right now. And that's okay. So this week I am not going to the office, obviously, because we just got back from the hospital a few days ago with a newborn, and we're trying to navigate this next chapter of life, going from being a family of 3 to a family of 4 and 1 kid to 2 kids. But there's some opportunities throughout the day right now to get some stuff done when baby Nico is sleeping, which is a lot. Babies sleep a lot this first couple weeks. And then when Charlie's either napping or doing some other stuff. In this case right now, her best friend Pearl is over. who is Phoebe and Trey's daughter. But I wanted to talk to you guys about this right here. Now, ever since launching the Go Gel a few months ago, it has become one of our best-selling products, especially in our endurance category. And when we launched it, we launched only a non-caffeinated gel. And immediately after launching, a lot of the feedback was, we want a caffeinated gel. So that's what we're launching next month in September. This is the Go Gel, mixed berry flavor, caffeinated. This is the only caffeinated flavor we are launching initially. 75 milligrams of caffeine per gel. So this is coming next month, September 2024, the caffeinated Go Gel. Now, we did make some changes to the packaging and the branding of the caffeinated version of the Go Gel, just so that you could differentiate while you're running, while you're training, which one has caff and which one does not. So the lightning bolt in the O of Go signifies that it is caffeinated, and then on the packaging, obviously, it says 75 milligrams of caffeine on there. And for the mixed berry, instead of just being like the pink, there is the white and pink to let you know it's calf. There's some energy in there.
Hey! Been trying to meet you. Hey, must be a devil between us.
So today's training session is going to be pool focused, back primarily. We'll do some core at the end and followed up with a little bit of rowing. Last week, I hit my training really, really hard. Lots of volume, high intensity, and 3 big Hyrox race-focused simulation workouts. I mean, big effort training week. I did that knowing and planning for this week right now to be a lower volume, lower intensity week because family responsibilities and obligations, and I just didn't want training to be the primary focus this week. So that's one thing I like to do with training and these workouts is to forward think, what do I got going on right now? What do I have going on next week, next month? And then backwards planning to structure my weeks so that I can put these big effort training sessions, these big effort weeks around periods of my life that aren't as demanding with business, work, family. So last week was a big week, crushed me. Now I feel really good. Lighter week today or this week, and then next week we'll crush it again. So get some volume in for back, get some blood moving. Always start with pull-ups.
If you go, I will surely die. What you, hey, what you aimed, what you aimed.
Pull-ups are the pickled beets of training and exercises. You can never have enough of them. You can never do enough of them. And you can sprinkle them in on top of everything at any time. So what I like to do, during a back workout, knock out a set or a superset, go hit a set of pull-ups, go on to the next thing. Knock out another set or superset, do a set of pull-ups, move on to the next thing. The pickled beets of fitness. So I do core every other day, and it's typically a combination of hanging leg raises, cable crunches, or GHD sit-ups. So today, to end this part of the workout. It's gonna be 3 supersets. Each superset, 15 hanging leg raises, keeping the core engaged the entire time and tight, and then 15 cable crunches. Rest about 60 seconds in between, and do that superset 3 times. So to wrap up this training session, I'm just gonna spend some time on the rower. Now this is something that I learned when I was in my last Ironman prep. And it's a great way to continue building your aerobic conditioning and your aerobic foundation and get more volume in without overtaxing your central nervous system, your legs, doing more running. For example, adding more running, yes, that will build your aerobic foundation and conditioning, but it also does put a lot of stress on the lower body muscular system. So when I was in Ironman prep, what I would do to get more volume in is I'd spend a lot of time on the bike, on my trainer in the garage, in the house, and I could, get a lot of volume, but it'd be low intensity and low stress on the body. So if you're looking to build your aerobic conditioning and foundation, and you want more volume, but you don't want to tax the body at a significant level with more running, hop on the bike, hop on like the rower, for example, do the ski erg. So this is something I'm gonna be incorporating more of to get more volume in without just continuously taxing the muscular system, so I can show up still fresh for some of these big training sessions with greater intensity. So we're just gonna spend some time here on the rower. Like I said, we're wrapping up kind of a deload week. The newborn Nico deload week. And then next week, intensity ramps up, a bunch of Hyrox circuits, and getting closer to November 23rd, 2024, Dallas, Texas.
The street grows dark. I don't owe you this piece of my heart that I ripped out for you. That I ripped out for you. That I ripped out for. Like a beloved dog, you mistook me when our time was up. You yelled for my name.
Last week I got some row coaching, and I could tell today, just in the 2,000 meters that I just did for that set, I could feel the improvements in efficiency, night and day, compared previously to what I was doing. Now, the first 1,200 meters, I was just finding a groove and falling into it. The last 800 meters, I really worked. I increased the intensity. So for that first 1,200, I was holding like a 147, 148, 500 meter split. And then for that last 800, it's probably like a 135, 500 meter split. And I ended up doing 2,000 meters at 7 minutes, 3 seconds. So next episode of Hyrox Prep, we're gonna kick off that video with a 2K for time row. I would love to get sub 6 minutes, 30 seconds. But we'll see next week what we can do.
I used to live out west in a collective. We used to live out west in a collective. Everybody got arrested cause nobody wanted to sleep. I used to dish out verses on purpose, and if you wanted to purchase when you weren't as good as me, I don't know if that time is coming to an end. I hope the band gets back together when it's all
Firing up the green egg right now. Use this thing to light it. This is called a Luft lighter. So I'm gonna let this charcoal get hot. And for dinner tonight, we are doing pork tenderloin. I'm gonna make 2 pork tenderloins just so we have some extra for some meal prep. Gonna throw pork tenderloin on the green egg. I'm throwing some gold baby potatoes in some boiling hot water here in a little bit. Let those get soft, and I'll smash them a little bit. Put those on the green egg, get a nice little char, and then I'm gonna put some purple cauliflower and roast that in the oven. That's tonight's dinner. I've been really loving cooking as much as possible on the green egg over an open flame recently. And for the pork tenderloin, this is the seasoning that I like to put on all of our pork, the Hardcore Carnivore Sweet BBQ rub. And these are about to go on the green egg at about 450 degrees. One of my favorite things to do for people, and especially my family, is to cook. It is my love language. Steph always says, like, cooking for people, sharing food, breaking bread, bringing people together around a kitchen table is my love language. And especially I can do it at my house with my family, and as my kids get older, I look forward to being in the kitchen for long periods of time and going to the farmer's market and the grocery store and finding recipes online and just experimenting with different dishes. And for me, it is really fun. It's something I want to share with people I love. I want to share it with my family. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing as Charlie and Nico get older.
We used to live out west in a collective. Everybody got arrested cause nobody wanted to sleep.
And the final product, we have the pork tenderloin over here. Charlie is ready to eat. We got potatoes, some pickled onions, and then the purple cauliflower to round out this meal. Let's dive in. You got your milk? Here we go. Ready? We made it. Bedtime. All right. Toothpaste. Judo was crawling. Judo beat you again, says Bingo. And just what did you do about this? Asked Bluey. I tried my best. Some babies just roll before they crawl. But I wasn't happy. You want another book? Which one do you want? The cookie book. Which one's that? This one?
She picks the longest
You
one.
want the long cookie book?
The novel.
All right. Hey, I'll see you in the morning. I love you, okay?
Okay.
Say I love you.
Lala.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Papa, see ya.
Have a good night's sleep. Bye-bye.
Wait, what?
Right now it is 9:35 p.m. We got Charlie to bed about an hour ago, and I am working on my book. So I've been working on this book for over a year now with a publisher. It is set to be published June of 2025, which is, a little less than a year from now, but the publishing process is just long. So what I'm working on right now is just reviewing some of the revisions that the editor has recommended and requested. I got this back a few weeks ago. There were 5,500 recommended changes. Now, some of those were grammatical, but a lot of them were like changing structures of sections and chapters and stories to make the flow better. So I've been chipping away at this in the evening, which is something I want to talk about because it leans into what I was talking about this morning during my run, where if something matters to you, you have to make time. And if you rely on finding time, you're never going to find that time. You have to make the time. Intentionally make the time. Tomorrow morning's workout is a 60-minute AMRAP, as many rounds as possible. That is a 1K run, 1K row. And I just keep repeating that for 60 minutes to see how many 1K run and 1K rows I can get in within 60 minutes. And that workout matters to me because it's going to help me get towards this goal of competing and doing well at Hyrox, Dallas. Now I have a bunch of other responsibilities in my life that are higher priority other than this competition in November. But it does matter to me, and I'm going to make time. And one of the ways that I look at this, and one of the things that I'm actually talking about in this chapter that I'm reviewing right now, because this chapter that I'm reviewing and going over the edits is titled, If It Matters to You, You'll Make Time. There's a few things that I do to really hone in on this. One, thinking about and identifying what actually matters to me. And then looking at my calendar just for like a gut check to see if what the things that I say matter to me are actually reflected in my calendar. If I say family is a priority, am I actually making time for my family based off my calendar? If I say a relationship with God and going to church is a priority, am I actually doing that on a weekly basis? Or am I just saying that it matters to me? So step one, what really matters to you? What really matters to me? And then reflecting those values off of my calendar. The second is setting boundaries and saying no to the things that actually don't matter to you and the things that aren't going to move the needle in your life towards where you want to be and where you want to go. And then it's making the time to do those things. Not finding time, but making the time. And a lot of making the time is forward thinking and backwards planning. I know that I want to hit this 60-minute AMRAP tomorrow. So I'm going to make the time. I'm going to wake up as early as I have to, and that might change based off of when Nico's last feeding is tonight. I'm going to make the time to hit that workout and be done before my family's up so I can wake up Charlie and feed her breakfast. But if I take the approach of trying to find time, well, that might never happen. That workout might get pushed to mid-morning, and then the afternoon, and then the evening, and then by the time I know it, I just couldn't find the time because I didn't make the time. Working on and editing this book at night matters to me, so I make the time for it. And a lot of that is just being very decisive with what I say yes to, but also what I say no to, so I can make time for the things that matter. So I'm gonna keep hammering away at this book, getting ready for this workout tomorrow morning to wrap up those things before the family is up and we start a new day. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.